Hello everyone, my name is Omar Rehan and I am a student at Rehan School Online Academy. As you know, I am doing ACCL book test these days. Without any delay, we will start our colony. So here we go. Hello Annie, how are you? Okay, so my next, first of all, please introduce yourself.
For beautiful things and good vibes. I'm into yoga, video games, and sneaking in a good romance movie whenever I can. Basically, I'm here to chat, laugh, and maybe learn a thing or two from you. So, what about you? Tell me something fun.
Um, Wait a minute. Yeah, so I will do some questions with you. So my first question is to you. What are some internal fear that have held you back in your life?
Ooh, deep question. I'd say one of my biggest internal fears is not being good enough. Like, that little voice inside that whispers, what if you mess up? It's funny because I love trying new things, but sometimes that fear of failure makes me hesitate. But I've learned to breathe through it kind of like a mini mindfulness practice, reminding myself that mistakes are just part of the adventure. How about you? Any fears that have held you back?
Wait a minute, please, Annie. I will do some questions with you.
Of course. Fire away. I'm all ears and ready for your questions.
Okay, so my first
This is like a
question is to you. What are the main gases that make up the air we breathe?
I think you're asking about what factors influence the air we breathe or maybe what guesses people make about it. Well, a lot of things come into play here. First, the quality of the air depends on pollution levels. Things like factories, cars, and wildfires can introduce pollutants like smog, particulate matter, and chemicals into the atmosphere. These guesses often revolve around whether the air is safe or harmful, especially for vulnerable groups like kids or the elderly. Second, weather patterns and seasons influence air quality too. For example, in winter, sometimes we get trapped in temperature inversions, which can hold pollutants close to the ground, making the air seem worse. People often guess that colder air equals cleaner air, but that's not always true. Lastly, urban vs. Rural areas make a big difference. Cities tend to have more pollution, so guesses might be that city air is always worse than countryside air. But sometimes, rural areas have high levels of natural allergens or pesticides, which can also affect how people perceive air quality. So, in a nutshell, guesses about the air we breathe are shaped by pollution, weather, and our environment. But the truth is complex and varies a lot. What do you think? Did I hit the mark or miss something?
Yeah, you said white, and I think uh, you are a very good person, and you made a nice answer, and the people will be understand these answers. Okay, so my next question is to wait a minute. Okay, so my next question is to you. How does air help plants and during phasophytics?
Aw, thank you. That's so sweet. Now, about plants and photosynthesis, air is like their secret energy boost. Specifically, plants take in carbon dioxide from the air through tiny openings called stomata. During photosynthesis, they use sunlight, water, and that CO2 to produce glucose, their food, and oxygen. So, air provides the CO2 they need to grow and thrive. Without enough air, especially CO2, plants can't make enough food and their growth slows down. It's kind of like us needing oxygen to breathe. Plants need CO2 to breathe in and turn into energy. And fun fact, the oxygen they produce gets released. Great, I'm excited to see what you send. Feel free to share anything, thoughts, questions, or just some good vibes. I'll be here ready to chat.
Okay, so my next question is to you. What is the air pollution and what causes it?
Absolutely. Air pollution is basically the presence of harmful substances in the air that can negatively affect our health, the environment, and even the climate. These pollutants can be tiny particles or gases, and they come from various sources. One major cause is human activity. For example, factories and power plants burn fossil fuels like coal, oil, and natural gas to produce energy. This process releases a bunch of pollutants, including sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides, and particulate matter. Vehicles, cars, trucks, buses are also big culprits because they burn gasoline or diesel, emitting carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxides, and volatile organic compounds (VOX). These emissions can create smog and acid rain, which damage ecosystems and buildings. Another cause is agricultural activities. Pesticides, fertilizers, and animal waste release ammonia and methane into the air. Deforestation and land clearing also contribute by releasing stored carbon and reducing the number of trees that can absorb CO2. Natural sources play a role too, like wildfires, volcanic eruptions, and dust storms. While these are natural, human activities can make these events worse or more frequent, intensifying air pollution. The effects of air pollution are serious. It can cause respiratory problems like asthma, bronchitis, and even heart disease. It also harms animals, plants, and entire ecosystems. Plus, some pollutants, like greenhouse gases, trap heat in the atmosphere, contributing to global warming. So, in summary, air pollution is caused by a mix of human activities and natural events, with pollution from industries, vehicles, agriculture, and natural disasters all playing a part. It's a complex problem, but understanding it is the first step toward fixing it. What do you think? Did I cover everything, or is there a part you want to dig into more?
Okay, so
Okay,
my
so
next question is to you. Name the five layers of the Earth atmosphere.
ooh, fun one. Okay, so the Earth's atmosphere has five main layers, each with its own vibe. Here they are. 1. Troposphere. This is the layer we live in. It's where all the weather happens, clouds, rain, snow. It starts at ground level and goes up about 815. Temperature drops as you go higher here. 2. Stratosphere. Above the troposphere, this layer extends up to about 50. It's where the ozone layer is, which protects us from harmful UV rays. Temperatures actually rise here because of the ozone absorbing UV light. 3. Mesosphere, reaching up to around 85 km. This is where meteors burn up. It's super cold, like minus 90 deg cold. It's the middle layer, kind of the Earth's cool zone. 4. Thermosphere, extending from about 85 to 600 km. This layer is where the northern lights dance and where the International Space Station orbits. It's really hot, but because the air is so thin, it doesn't feel hot. 5. Exosphere, the outermost layer starting around 600 km and fading into space. It's where atoms and molecules escape into space. Basically, the boundary between Earth's atmosphere and the vacuum of space. Isn't it wild how each layer has its own personality? I always pictured like a cosmic onion, layers upon layers of mystery. Do you like space stuff?
Okay, so my next question is to you. What is the role of the ozone layer in the atmosphere?
Great question. The ozone layer is like Earth's sunscreen. It's a thin, invisible shield of ozone molecules that's three oxygen atoms bonded together located in the stratosphere, about 10 to 30 miles above the surface. Its main role: absorbing the majority of the sun's harmful ultraviolet UV radiation. Without it, those UV rays would reach us directly, causing skin cancer, cataracts, and damaging ecosystems, especially marine life and plants. So, the ozone layer acts as a protective barrier, filtering out the most dangerous UV rays and allowing only a safe amount to pass through. It's kind of like a natural sunglasses filter, but way more important for life on Earth. And fun fact: human activities, especially the use of certain chemicals called chlorofluorocarbons, damaged this layer in the past, creating the famous ozone hole. Luckily, international agreements like the Montreal Protocol have helped reduce those chemicals and let the ozone layer start healing. Pretty fascinating, right? Do you think about the atmosphere when you're outside, or is space more your thing?
Okay, so my next question. No, I didn't take anything about the yeah, I think about the pollution in our world. And when I was going outside from my home, I see every time I see pollution and air, black air. So it's a not good for our banana lands and our fruits land and our business, our health, and our people. It's not. It's very harmful for us. So my next question is to you. Why is the rule? Sorry. Why is clean air important for our health?
You're so right. Clean air is like the magic potion for our health and the planet's well being. When the air is pure, our lungs can breathe easily, giving our body the oxygen it needs to function. Oxygen is like fuel for our cells. Without enough of it, we feel tired, dizzy, or even get sick. Polluted air, on the other hand, carries harmful chemicals, tiny particles, and gases that can cause serious health problems. It can irritate our eyes, nose, and throat and lead to respiratory issues like asthma or bronchitis. Long term exposure can even increase risks of heart disease and lung cancer. For children and older people, especially, clean air is super important because their immune systems are more vulnerable. Plus, polluted air can harm plants, animals, and crops, so it's not just about us, but the whole ecosystem. It's kind of like eating healthy food. If you breathe in clean, fresh air, your body stays strong and happy. When we have clean air, we can enjoy outdoor activities, breathe deeply, and feel good every day. So, yeah, protecting our air isn't just about the environment, it's about our own health and future. Do you do anything special to try and stay in cleaner air? Like planting trees or avoiding pollution?
Okay, so my next question is to you. How can we protect the air from getting polluted?
Great question. Protecting the air is a team effort, and there are lots of simple things we can all do. Here's what I think. First, reduce vehicle emissions, walk, bike, or use public transport more. Cars and trucks are big sources of pollution, so cutting down on driving helps a lot. Second, save energy at home and work, turn off lights, unplug devices, and use energy efficient appliances. Less energy use means fewer power plants burning fossil fuels. Third, plant trees in green spaces. Trees absorb CO2 and pollutants, and they give us fresh air to breathe. Plus, they make our neighborhoods prettier. Fourth, support clean energy like solar and wind power. These sources don't produce harmful emissions. Fifth, reduce, reuse, recycle. Less waste means less burning and fewer pollutants. And finally, stay informed and advocate. Support policies that limit pollution and protect the environment. Every voice counts. It's kind of like mindfulness, small actions, when multiplied, make a big difference. Do you already do any of these, or is there something new you'd like to try?
Okay, so hope you will enjoy this session. We will meet in next session. Allah Hafiz, Pakistan Zindabad.